You're done. You're finished. Finito. Canceled. Hey, today I'm going to be sharing with you 5 leadership traits that are not good. These will get you canceled. Welcome back to the Mike Phillips Leadership Channel. And if you're new here, welcome. I am Mike Phillips and I'm a leadership educator. I love sharing tips and tricks and actionable items for you to be able to grow your leadership and grow the team and the people that are around you. So today we're talking about 5 leadership traits that'll get you canceled out of your leadership role. Let's get right into it. The first trait is ego. And don't get this twisted up with high self-confidence, right? High self-confidence is something that's good, and we want to follow leaders that are confident in themselves. But ego puts leaders in a position that they feel that they're more important than anybody else on the team. It's like a flashing neon sign over their head that says, what's important to me is the most important, and it should be what's most important to the team. When ego is something that is driving and controlling a leader, it won't be long before they're not in a leadership position anymore. Number 2 is poor communication. It's not about what you said, or more importantly, what you think you said. When leaders have poor communication, it is a ripple effect through the entire company and organization. Because what happens is you're not able to be effective in communicating goals. You're not able to be effective in communicating feedback with your people. And therefore, you're not able to get the results that are not just desired, but often needed to keep an organization running. So it's important that you learn how to communicate in a method that the person receiving that communication is able to receive it. So it's not just you saying the same thing over and over again and hoping that it breaks through the wall. You have to be able to communicate with your team members. If you have 5 different team members, you got to communicate with those 5 different people in 5 different manners. So maybe the psychology of it, whether they're a verbal communicator or an emotional thinker, right? We've all worked with people that are in different positions and they receive communication differently. Not only is that a character trait that they may have, but also sending communication in a different medium, whether it be email or text or a phone call or maybe one-on-one. People will all receive that communication differently. And it's important that we tailor the communication to the person receiving it so that we know that they heard it in a manner that they're able to articulate it back to us and they're able to achieve the goals for themselves, for the team, and for the entire organization to keep everybody moving forward. The third thing that will get you canceled is emotional inconsistency, right? A leader is like the rudder that steers a ship. And the rudder may move just a little bit, but then it can throw the ship way off course. And they can end up entirely somewhere that they didn't intend to be. And the same is true of leadership. You can have just a little bit of an off day, and guess what? People will follow you way off course. I've heard it said that if you catch a cold, your team catches pneumonia, right? Whatever it is that you're doing, the way that you're behaving, your team amplifies that to a bigger state than where it started. They see your emotions, they see the actions that are tied to those, and not only does it make you unapproachable, but it's easy to put your entire team in a foul mood, right? You start off in a bad mood, they end up in a foul mood, and that's the way then that they're not just communicating with each other, but worse, they end up communicating with your customers and on behalf of your organization in a poor way. So you want to be careful to manage your emotional state. Just make sure that if you're not in the best place, that you take time. I've heard it said, do the checkup from the neck up. If you have emotional baggage when you're headed in to lead people, you need to take that baggage and set it down at the door. Just drop it there. Go through the day, focus on what's most important. Focus on the people that are in front of you. Focus on the organization. Focus on the goals and the results that you want. Because then when you leave for the day, if you had emotional baggage that you dropped, it's still going to be right there waiting for you. You can pick it up and take it back home with you, but don't bring that stuff in and share it with your people. Number 4 is a failure to take action. I've said it lots of times before on this channel. Action and attitude, they're big drivers. You have to take action to move business forward. As a leader, people are looking to you for that. And if you're unwilling or unable to take action in a leadership role, it's glaring. People see it. People are looking to you for that strength, that vision, and to take action and move things forward. And if you're not doing it, it displays one of two things. Either you've become completely apathetic at work, you've become completely apathetic to the organization, maybe to your role as a leader, or you don't know what to do. And nobody wants to follow someone that doesn't know what to do. If you're not taking action, it erodes your credibility as a leader. It's going to erode innovation at work. And it's going to keep you where your whole work environment becomes stagnant because people are looking to you to move. And if you're not moving, neither are they. So it's important that you are taking action towards the goals and towards the results that you want. Even if it's a little bit, people are going to be watching you. We're still human, right? We know that people are going to end up having bad days. But if they're watching you and you're taking that action to move what their goals are forward, what the company goals are forward, and to be able to move from where you're at least somewhat towards what you're going towards, they'll have a lot more respect for you. Number 5 is refusing to adapt. Adaptability is just being willing to change. Business moves fast. We are moving along at the speed of business. So they say, I don't want to say the speed of light, but things move quickly, right? And if we're not willing to move as quickly as the business is, we're going to get left behind. We're going to lose innovation. We're going to lose people that have good ideas, and our teams are not going to be able to achieve the results and the outcomes that they want. Probably the most famous story that I know of failure to adapt, and you've probably heard this too, was in the early 2000s when Netflix owner Reed Hastings came to Blockbuster Video and said, hey, I've got this streaming video service. People can watch videos through the internet without having to leave their houses. The CEO of Blockbuster at the time, and I don't know the specifics, right? I wasn't there, but he said something along the lines of, nah, nobody's ever going to worry about like streaming video through the internet because part of the family movie night experience is going to Blockbuster Video and picking out your film and picking up candy and snacks and all those things. Like it's a family environment, right? Well, we all know the outcome of that, right? By 2010 or maybe the early teens, Blockbuster's out. Netflix is huge. They've grown to 10 times what it was, maybe 50 times what it was that they originally offered to sell to Blockbuster for. But because that CEO didn't want to adapt, he didn't even want to hear it, then not only did it cost him the position, it cost thousands of employees, it cost the entire business, right? Because of a lack of innovation, a lack of vision, a lack of willingness to move as quickly as business is moving. So what do you think? What are some crummy leadership traits that you have had to experience in your career that you're just like, I would never follow that type of person again? Or on the flip side, what are some characteristics that a leader has to have that are really great and fantastic? And you say, I would follow that person anywhere. I would love if you would share those things in the comments down below, and let's continue a conversation to help you continue to grow on your leadership journey. And speaking of growth and leadership development, take a look right up here. I'll share a link to my new podcast, The Leadership Toolkit, where I interview leaders from all different verticals of business that share a portion of their journey to help you continue to grow. Thanks so much for joining me today, everybody. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day. And until I see you next, be great.